The most common question that we get under these videos is, hey, what do you actually do? Quick intro to me, short and sweet. I've run a marketing agency for a few years now. What we actually do is we find a way to monetize audiences. So if we know how to build audiences, we know how to get their attention, we know how to actually monetize them as well. And so we started off in education, info products, etc. And then we moved to conferences and then online events, and then we have done SaaS products, etc., etc. So we've mastered the art of moving audiences, and we've done just over $7 million in the last 2 years. And I'm out of breath because I'm walking upstairs. So there's a reason that we're shooting this video, and it's kind of like a week in the life, but also I'm Christian. So my faith is a huge foundation in everything that I do. And I'm getting really, really tired of all these social media videos of people that are filming and they have all this aesthetic stuff. They never show you anything. They never teach you anything. There's no value. And then the second thing is that I think our generation is so fixed on like being ambitious and building something great, and yet we've completely lost the why behind it. So this video is for you if you are a person of faith, Christian, or whatever it is, and you're really ambitious and you really want to build something big. I don't know if you'll even learn anything in this video, but I think you'll find this video incredibly relatable and probably see yourself in a lot of it.
Christians are some of the most lazy people ever. And here's why.
You have to stop waiting on God for things. Something's going to be hard in order for you to grow. Growing is always going to stretch.
Okay, so this is the problem with people like with faith in business, or like for me, Christian business, right? The problem is that I think Christians are some of the most lazy people there are. And I can say that because I'm Christian, okay? Christians are some of the most lazy people ever. And here's why. Is because we mix this like faith aspect in with the practical, faith in with the business. And oftentimes it's not used from like a point of conviction. It's used as a point of making things confusing and fluffy. Like there's some motive behind there that makes it all righteous and holy, like you're better than everybody else. And it's a way for you to go about your business and basically lose all accountability over it. And a lot of the time this is subconscious. And I know I've done this as well. And so what happens is you end up with a ton of Christians that say they're either waiting on God, like I said, or you say, God told me this and God told me that, and I'm supposed to do this and I'm supposed to do that because God told me. And it's a way of like neglecting accountability and responsibility for something that was handed to you into your hands to steward. And then when something goes wrong, you suddenly default to the opposite of God told me to God just doesn't want me to do this business right now, which lo and behold, for any of you that have been in business, you know, business is freaking hard. Like you are going to hit a brick wall. Doesn't mean that suddenly you're not supposed to do your business. It's how business works. It's meant to be a challenge. Now, so here's a one-liner for you. God is not going to violate your discipline just to honor your faith. The whole principle of sowing and reaping is a law put in place, not a suggestion or a good idea, which means, and actually the Bible proves this because it also says that whatsoever a man sows, that shall he reap. Meaning whatever you sow, you'll reap. That's a law, not a suggestion. And so it's not a law that God follows, it's a law he put in place that is independent of you. It will happen no matter what. Which means if you lack discipline in your business, you lack actually pushing things forward and taking a step, faith has to always have action with it, then you would just end up becoming this fluffy, so-called spiritual person that is labeling your business as a God thing, hoping that one day he might run the business. And so this is why I hate the phrase of make God your CEO. Great phrase, fully in agreement. The problem with that is that we just try and put God in place of the business and expect God to do all of it.
Really? Do you think? Because, so what do you pay for? Well, of course.
Can we sign you up right now?
Well, I'm not a real estate agent.
So, here's what I'm going to send you. Give me your best email. People are so desperate to be around people that are at the next level that they want to be at, that they will pay for it because you can't find it right now. So the fact that I get to sit down for lunch with Lily Romer is worth every single penny of the investment, because they know that if I could just sit with her for a little bit of time, I will become like her eventually. And that is true. Like imagine having one day of the month that you have to do something in person, and you'll find it so unbelievably fun that you'll want to do more. Because they're not boring. You don't have to do a lecture for people. You have to exist. You have to be you, because that's what people are buying.
And where would I host this?
Could do it right here if you want. Take your favorite lunch spot, take them all out for lunch. Tell them all to dress up. I think you're just a little worried about like
Family owned.
something not working and having to pivot to something else. And so you want like a safety net to fall on. which I think is valid, but if you have too many safety nets, then you're never going to really have the thing that you want to do. Did you get me?
Yes, I think I'm more concerned though about having so many tabs open. You know how you always say you can only focus on one thing?
Yep.
Which I disagree with.
You'll learn to agree with it.
But I have a lot of things. I just have to decide, like, it has to be something that I feel excited about too, passionate about doing.
Something's going to be hard in order for you to grow. Growing is always going to stretch you. It's just not. So, like, yeah, I get, let's design it right, design it in a way that, like, serves you well. Piece of work, bro.
Piece of work.
That's good. She's just disagreeable. That's what makes her good.
Yeah.
You feel like you're getting somewhere now? Yeah, slowly. We'll see if she actually wants to do it or not.
It seemed like you were kind of getting to her towards the middle there.
It's moving, just slowly. She's just someone that has to see it. Like, once she's caught it, then she'll just run with it. But if she hasn't caught it yet, she's like really stubborn with things, which I think is a really good trait to have. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Which means that you have to work really hard to convince her. It's a lot of like pushing back and forth, which is really good. People that are successful in business are usually people that are very disagreeable. Not in a terrible way, but they don't just like take anything. And that's actually what makes them really effective. And my sister's one of those people. So it went really good. We're just gonna need a lot of conversation, but she wants to kick off an offer, and I think she could be killer. And it's also fun because my sister is not like some random person, some random client. So I think that'll be fun.
Yeah.
We got lunch now with a couple different people, my brother and then a couple other guys. So we'll go do that now. We'll see if we can bring a camera in. We might get kicked out. We'll see. We have another sales guy who's working with phones, and then we're onboarding another guy, another setter. We're onboarding a setter as well. So we'll have a closer, setter, then Harry, who's full cycle, doing setting and closing. So it's growing. What's crazy is that we're not doing any ads. It's zero paid marketing.
Harry, no.
He's doing full cycle, so setting and closing. But it's hard for him right now because the only leads that he gets are people that don't book or aren't qualified. So he's playing on hard mode right now. There's still money there for sure, because we only book like a tiny percentage of the people that apply. I just onboarded a lady actually. She's making money and yet no money at the same time. She's like, I don't know how I make more money and don't get paid. She's like, I don't understand it. It's like, same, me neither.
That's every entrepreneur.
Every entrepreneur. She's like, the ratio stays the same. No matter how big you grow. She's like, it doesn't make sense. Anyway, killer story. She starts sobbing on the onboarding call. And I'm like, no, I'm not the guy you do this. That's okay. Yeah, she's like, I am the provider for my household. She's like, I don't want to do this. She's like, God has me here though. She's like, and I just want to figure out what to do with it, how to fix this stuff. She's like, I can't have a normal family day without thinking about payroll. She's like, and I know that God has me here, but that's not the way that God wants it. She's like, I want out. I was like, what does out look like? I was like, you want to exit? She's like, no. She's like, I don't ever want to exit. She's like, I just want out of this chaos.
You want out of the operator seat, right?
I onboarded a guy doing $260 million a year in Europe.
Really?
Yeah. Full. He's got 1,260 staff.
What did you do?
Steel and metal manufacturing.
Wow.
Yeah, he's like that. He has contracts with military, aerospace, so like rockets and crap. I already know.
SpaceX and stuff.
He's killer. Crazy good.
So amazing is that there's a guy like that is like, I need what has. Like, I'm at this level, yet this man is speaking in a way that is so different than what I think and how I process my identity around my business that I need to reframe everything to get more in alignment with how I should be thinking in the kingdom mindset, in my alignment with the Lord in my business. So many of the guys have money, but they're miserable, or they're struggling with things in their life, right? They're falling short in the way that they approach their business is so worldly. They've gotten away from the spiritual connection to what they're doing and the purpose, yet they have a ton of money. That's wild.
I'm now struggling to realize what life is like outside of America, even though I have been outside of America. It's really weird. You're back in your bubble, the American bubble. It's crazy. It's so strong.
Well, I think it's the thing that I've remarked is that the culture is pretty much the same over America. There's a few differences, but it's pretty much the same. But you go town to town in Europe, and it's completely different.
Where we lived in Bath, we would drive like 30 minutes to a different city, and it's like totally different laws there, different accents, different way of living, like completely different city.
Come into town for the World Cup from other countries saying the news media has fed us like how awful America is. They're bad to their people, the people are mean, it's just a terrible place. And then they get here and they're like, this place is incredible. This is the best place in the world. I can't believe how free you feel here and everything is at your fingertips. You have access and the people are so kind and welcoming.
That's what I tell everyone I have on the phone from Europe. I tell them it's not as bad as you think on the news. It's actually very, very different.
The news media is the enemy of the people. It didn't used to be that way, but they truly are. They're the enemy of the people.
I'm headed to Spain for the first time. I'm pretty excited about, and I'm trying to decide whether I want to use the time while I'm out there to go and check out a couple different places. Do a little like mini Europe tour, Western Europe tour.
What are you going out there for?
I got a mastermind, a ton of guys doing similar things to what we're doing. Some of them doing like multiple 9 figures.
Oh wow,
It's pretty sick.
Skip the UK.
You don't need to. Why skip the UK?
That's not.
No, it's actually a really cool place to visit. I think so. Great place to visit. Awful place to live. Don't live there.
I would go to Scotland. If you go to UK, you'll get the real culture.
So I was down getting coffee. Oh, that's how you lose the audio right there.
Yeah.
All right.
Make sure she's good.
So I was down getting coffee this morning, and I was in the drive-thru, and this old lady came up and knocked on my window, and I had the roof down, and she's like, I like your car, and I was like, oh, thank you. She's like, I'm thinking of getting one as well. We basically had this whole like literally 20-minute conversation about this car and like why she should get it and why she loves it. And I drove away and I was like, that's how you know you have an old person's car, like a grandpa car, when you have old people coming up to you saying they like your car.
Yeah.
It was the fact that she was like, you know, I don't want like an obnoxious car. I want a low-key car, something that like is simple, you know, something that I was like, yeah, simple. Dude, I need an affiliate link for these cars. I feel like I'm selling these.
You've sold a couple of them.
Fletcher Jones needs to sponsor us. We are headed down to Fashion Island for one goal, and that is to find t-shirts. Just to find some normal freaking t-shirts that I can wear all the time. I've been hunting for t-shirts for years now. Ones that like are normal, that don't shrink, don't stain easy. Staining's fine. That just like look decently high quality, but they're like plain tees. And I don't want to buy them online because that is sketchy and you'll have to buy like 15 just to get the one that you want. So we're on the hunt, and then we thought, hey, this is a great time to get content too.
What's your go-tos?
Suit Supply has good stuff, but it's super limited. And like it's primarily suits, so. I honestly need to find new places.
Yeah.
Zara's safe, Banana Republic's safe. I don't like Zara anymore. It's too, stuff just falls apart. Be oversized, but not oversized at the same time. That's nice. Oh, wow. I hate shopping, bro.
I hate retail shopping because I feel like you're just like constantly like trying to find something that doesn't exist.
So true.
Like it's like they never have what you're specifically going for.
So true. Already been down there.
Lulu time.
Dangerous, bro. Go keep me out of there.
Lulu time. Big Lulu guy.
Huge Lulu guy.
What'd you call your like fashion style? Like,
Dude,
do you
it's
think-
so bad that I don't have a style.
It's not
It's like
categorized.
this. Like I'm just happy with this. This is what drives me crazy about like young people specifically. You gotta let me explain. I hate when you ask somebody, hey, what are you doing right now? And they say, oh, I'm just waiting on God. Or I'm just waiting on God to do something. Or I'm just like in a season of waiting on God. Pisses me off. And I'll tell you exactly why. 99% of the time, that is just a complete excuse to procrastinate. It's an excuse to have no idea where you're going and no idea what you're doing. And like, sure, there's like grace for it, that's fine. But 99% of the time, it is just such a massive excuse to do absolutely nothing. The second layer to that is when you talk to somebody and they're telling you about an idea and they're like, yeah, God told me to do this, or like, this is what I feel like God has for me, or like, I want to start this business because God told me to do it. And then you're like, great, what are you doing right now to do it? And they go, oh man, I'm just waiting for the opportunity. I'm waiting for that door to open, et cetera, et cetera. Now, I understand in the Bible, there are seasons of waiting on God. I get it. However, my understanding is that in every move of God, in every miracle that God did, in everything, every time God moved in somebody's life, it always required participation. It always required action from the person. And so you can look at every miracle in the Bible, it always required somebody to do something. You take the guy that's like laying on his mat for years and years and years, Jesus told him to get up. And so it required action in order for the miracle to actually arrive. Mm-hmm. And so in your business, in what you want to do, don't use the excuse of waiting on God as an excuse to procrastinate and just push past what God might have for you or some business that you want to start. The Bible says that God will open doors that no man can shut, which means I would rather discover the path by pushing on doors than seeing if they open or seeing if they close. Because if they close, it was never a door that got open, which means it is quicker for you to open doors and test if they're locked rather than wait for a door to walk to you and test you. Mm-hmm. Freaking good line that was, bro.
How's it going?
That looks good. These are
Ooh, that's nice.
really like.
It's kind of cropped.
Yeah. Kind of interesting. Why does it feel out of shape? You know what I mean? Is it cropped too? Boxy, heavy tee, and it's small.
That's what size is that? Is that large?
This is a small. 90s boxy, heavy tee. So maybe they're meant to be oversized.
Yeah.
I'm looking for t-shirts
Okay.
that are like super basic and simple,
Yeah.
but aren't like Zara fall apart after you wear them once. Do you know what I mean?
So you're in the place for affordable quality.
Yeah, let me see what you got.
Couple t-shirts. Safe, they're all 100% cotton, which is great because like they feel good and they're healthy, but the problem is that they might lose their shape really quick.
Yeah.
But the lady was adamant that they're going to stay really good quality, so we'll see. Let me talk a little bit about like how we're getting content right now. So right now when we're getting content, we are in like this weird in between of like, do we block out like 2 days to like straight get content? In which case, like those 2 days, we just pack everything that we want to do and everything that we want to film. Or do we want to shoot more like vlog style, where it's very much like off the cuff and just kind of catch the life? The problem with that is that like my life is not that interesting by any means. I mean, obviously it's interesting to some people, but to the majority of people, we're not doing anything crazy. We're not like traveling a ton. We don't have any like crazy events that we're doing. It's like, it's work. That's it. Work, church, spend some time with like some people. I'm an introvert too, so I got about 4 people that I hang out with, and that's it. So life is not super like camera ready, which is why we're like right in the middle of like educational and valuable content of like showing you, hey, here's how I built this company. Here's how I've like failed a company as well. Here's how I lost it. Here's how I lost team members, et cetera, et cetera. So like, here's the story. Here's also how I'm rebuilding things, et cetera. And then also, I think what I would really hope for this channel is that this is the opposite of all of the other content that you see on social media, but keeping all the pieces that we love. Because what I do is like, when I have dinner sometimes at home, I will turn on like YouTube on my TV and I'll like scroll through YouTube. What's on my YouTube is like week in the life or like scaling $1 billion company. Like I like that content. The problem with it is that it's so manufactured that it just doesn't feel authentic anymore. Or somebody's trying to teach you things and they just teach you the things that you want to hear rather than the things that you need to hear. And so it doesn't really feel beneficial to me. Whereas what I would like to do is I would ideally like to show the very authentic, very normal life of an entrepreneur and making money and being young and doing the things that you want to do, doing the hard things, et cetera, et cetera. And I think the way to do that is to share the things that are actually beneficial and actually helpful, and also not give you that Miami Lamborghinis crypto guy lifestyle, which we don't have. There's other YouTube channels if you want to find that stuff. So this is the authentic, and then we're kind of just building a community of people that love building stuff without all the extra fluff and exhausting, flashy content.